the days of just screaming at people, to try to get a reaction are long gone.
KB had a nippy sweetie head though at times though, didn't he?
He did, aye. KB never swore, he always said flipping, which was I always found funny. But
you know why that is, don't you? Jerry's mother's 100, she's still alive, and she's still absolutely would cane him for swearing.
KB never swore. It's only him and Derek Adams that don't swear, I think, in Scottish football.
Yeah.
But no, listen, the days are gone, Peter. You've got to try and get in people's heads. You've got to put the arm around them and try and cajole the best out of people. And the bad cop is gone. That's long gone.
Interesting that Barry Douglas, who's obviously signed for St Johnstone, reckons that Simo Valakari can get them into top 6 contention. Barry Douglas is a good player, good acquisition for them. We've got them relegated, Ali, so...
I think there's been a fairly sobering wake-up for Valakari over the last couple of weeks of just the magnitude of the job that he's got to do at St Johnstone, just to kind of continue moving away from the bottom end of the table. I still think they might be down there and fighting come the end of the season. Yeah,
but in the end, a number of factors are going to have to change, and one of them is that Hibs are going to have to suddenly go on a run. Hibs are going to have to, both of them are going to have to do something.
I think you would anticipate both of them have the means.
I know you would, but they're not doing it.
But they also have the means to go into the January transfer window and spend a bit of money. They have an ability to.
Do you think St Johnstone will not have that with their new owners?
It depends. I don't know that they're quite in the same ballpark as what Hearts and Hibs could do.
Yeah.
Even when you look at the two squads, Hearts and Hibs should be able to get their act together and start moving up the table.
I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate only on the basis there's only 2 points between bottom place and where St Johnstone are at the moment.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and I think there is a danger. I think where you say, a club like Hearts or a club like Hibs can't be down at end. We've seen it, we've seen it before, and not too long ago that they were relegated. However, I just think you would expect them to mobilise. You would expect them to get a reaction from the squad that's there. When you look at the quality that Hearts have got and Hibs in areas of the pitch, they should be nowhere near that side of the table.
Yeah. Are you sticking with St Johnstone to get relegated?
No, I'm going to go Ross County.
Yeah.
I think Ross County and St Johnstone will be the bottom 2.
I think so too.
I think the Hibs and Hearts will eventually start claiming the table. Yeah.
We're all in agreement with that, Ruffy, which is unusual for us.
Yeah, I think so, because I think St Mirren and Motherwell would be the other 2 candidates, but I think they're doing particularly well, so I think we'll be away from it.
It's surprising, actually, none of us have tipped Hamilton to get relegated, because for 9 years we had that on the show, Ruffy, do you remember? And then the only year that we didn't pick it, they got relegated.
Yeah, you're right, but they've had a lot of changes at their place just now, so maybe they'll be on the up.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, St Johnstone, come on. What's the scoreline?
Is it St Johnstone?
Yeah.
1 each.
I'm going to say 2-1 Kilmarnock.
I'm going to go with that as well, Ali.
1 each. I agree with Alan.
Oh, a draw. Right, okay. Ross County against Motherwell. If I was Stuart Kettlewell, I'd be getting slightly hacked off, because now every press conference seems to be, any bids for Lennon Miller yet? They're trying to get rid of him. The manager remains steadfast in his opinion that he's going nowhere. Stuart Kettlewell. We'll get to him.
Whatsoever. No, not a single thing. It's not something we speak about, contrary to what might be out there in the press and all the rumours and all the different clubs and people that have been at games watching. That may well be the case, but it's not going to affect my thinking. It's certainly not going to affect Lennon's. And I continually say it, and it's worth mentioning again, having his family stability behind him, the support he's got from his family, from his representative, who I always need to keep mentioning as well, for me is as good as there is.
Yeah, felt like Dougie Donnelly there. Can we go to the Coatbridge and come balls? No, we can't. But nevertheless, he's going nowhere at the moment.
Nah, listen, I think obviously he's a star player at the minute. He's a player that everyone's talking about in Scottish football in terms of a young player coming through, doing particularly well at Motherwell. Scotland, the 21s and under 19s played the other week. He's playing really, really well. It's just hard to imagine Lennon doesn't get a move.
Okay, what are you going for the scoreline there?
2-1.
2-1 Motherwell at County?
Yes.
Wow, interestingly enough.
1 each.
Yeah, I'm going to go a draw on this one.
1
each, yeah, we're all there. Dundee against your mob, who are bottom of the table, the 12th, Tam, just in case you're not aware of it.
Yes, I am aware of that, Peter.
Yeah.
I just feel as if I'm every week, it's just, you're hoping that Hibs win, but I just can't see them winning. It's just, until they I don't know. I don't know if they need to change the manager, need to change the players, don't know. But I look at the Hibs team now, and if I get any confidence in them putting 2 and 3 wins together for David Gray, no. But I think they'll go up there and get a point. I don't know if that's going to be enough to save David, probably, until they get to Aberdeen at home on Tuesday. But it's just difficult for me to see Hibs winning a game at the minute. They're just doing so much wrong in terms of defensively. I think they maybe draw one each, Peter, but I have no confidence that Hibs going up there and winning.
4 defeats, 3 draws in the last 7 games. Dundee, 2 wins, 7 defeats and 2 draws. So quite simply, you know, a draw again I don't think changes David Gray's position. I just think that eventually the board will start to look and think, wait a minute, something's got to give here.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's under pressure. I think he probably knows it too. I don't see them winning at Dens Park at the weekend. I think a point is probably the best that you would expect, and even then, if you were pushing me, I think Dundee will win it.
Yeah, I think the club have said, you know, they've had chats with him. You know, I think he exactly knows the position he's in. They probably looked at the next 3 games and said, look, this is what you need to take, and he'll know exactly where they are, and wins are the only thing that are going to save him. But like the guys are saying, I think it's a tough one to go up there and expect to get 3 points, but I'm hoping he does.
Okay, I'm going to go Dundee 2-1.
I'm going to go Hibs 2-1.
Dundee 2-1.
1 each.
Okay, here's how the Premier League table looks, just in case you needed any kind of clarification on it all. At the bottom, Hibs, Tam's team. Hearts are a point above them, which I find absolutely amazing that the 2 Edinburgh clubs are in the bottom 2. Then St Johnstone, Ross County, Kelly and Dundee in that bottom 6. And then St Mirren with a 3-point cushion with Motherwell, Dundee United, Rangers, Aberdeen and Celtic, and that gap 9 points. Will Rangers be able to bite into it over the weekend? You can give us your view on that. Tell you something that I found a little bit surprising, Ali. Michael Beale joining Steven Gerrard in Saudi Arabia.
I'm surprised at that too this week.
Maybe there wasn't the bigger rift that we all suggested.
I was just going to say maybe there's clearly there is a move away from it, but yeah, I was surprised. I think Michael Beale will be delighted to get back in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was keen to. I think he was keen over the last couple of days in that interview to emphasise, you know, where he's been, you know, his record, getting certain jobs, and obviously he felt as if when he was at Ibrox, a lot of snakes there, according to him.
I think there probably was a lot of people who didn't fancy him, you know, so that's their choice, you know. But I don't know what he means by saying, of course you do. I mean, obviously Steven Gerrard won the league and he left, you know, and they would see him as a wee bit inferior to Steven Gerrard. I think it's a strange appointment because Steven Gerrard seems to be under a bit of pressure over there, you know, so why would you take somebody else on if you're struggling?
Yeah. Maybe he's brought him out there so he can take the job. So leave him with it.
Maybe they've got a wee bit of partnership going in terms of if you leave, you can get that job. But
were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I am surprised. Maybe he's the goose to Gerrard's Maverick.
Yeah. Okay, absolutely. For the benefit of anyone, and I'm explaining it to Ruffy, that's a Top Gun. That's a Top Gun reference here from Tam, just in case you were not on what he was talking about. Good news, Ruffy, for Lewis Ferguson, new contract at Bologna until 2028. One of a number of Scots doing really well, especially in Italy.
Yeah, absolute hero over there. You know, it's amazing in such a short time. The fans have really taken to him. Obviously, a bad injury he had, but they got a standing ovation when he come back, even as a sub.
Back so quickly as well.
It can only good for us that these young boys that we've got over there for the Scotland team.
Yeah, absolutely. The better they get playing against these sides, it's absolutely fantastic. No doubt about the game of the weekend in the English Premiership. It's Manchester City against Spurs at 5:30. It's going to be an absolute belter. Of course, everybody talking about the fact that was Pep going to leave? No, he's signed a new deal. And what about Ange Postecoglou? He thinks Spurs are ever improving from where they were last year. But first of all, let's hear from Pep on that new deal.
Position in life we are here that I'm going to stay because I have a contract or because what they have done in the past. So I deserve to extend the contract, but at the same time we have to do it again. We have to be up there, and if not, of course the club have to find a solution.
It's kind of mixed because I think we're definitely a better side than we were last year, which is what you're looking for first, to progress as a football team. And within that context, a lot of our players have also developed more, but obviously the results haven't reflected that.
Yeah, interesting how that's going to go. Usually we will probably just talk for 5 minutes about the English Premier League, but I think we should dedicate an extra half hour to it, Ali, because Tam's ready for the toilet, doesn't know as if he's going to make it. Now's the time for you to give us one of your long-winded, blustery answers.
I have many of them.
I'm just looking forward to seeing the greatest manager in Europe going up against Big Ange.
Yeah, you're all for Pep.
Yeah,
you love him, don't you?
Yeah, I think. Listen, it's one of the ones where I thought he'd have moved on. I think he's maybe time's up, but I mean they've got all these charges hanging over them, so I take it they're not going to get relegated anyway because he'd get wind of that, and I don't think they've stayed about.
Maybe have a wee million rise in your wages might help.
Yeah. I mean, he's absolutely fantastic as a manager. The only thing that I'm looking at and wondering to myself, guys, is it Man City who are eventually going to win this? Will they prevail eventually? Because they've had a little blip and everybody's looking and they can see Liverpool there with that 5-point advantage, Ruffy, and they're thinking, could this be a blip sufficient enough for Man City not to win it this season?
No, I think they've got far too many good players. I know the big players are out just now, but if they want to fire anything, and you'll see it in January, they've got the money to splash the cash, so... And as long as they've got Haaland in there, they're always going to score goals.
Yeah, what do you think? Man City against Tottenham, it's at the Etihad.
Man City, 2-0.
Ali?
I think Man City will win. I don't think it'll be 2-0. I think both teams will score goals. I'm going to say something nuts. 4-2.
4-2 to Man City.
I'll go 5-3 to Spurs.
Yeah?
Yep.
5-3 to Spurs, which...
It's a silly season now.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, it's amazing what can happen when you're desperate for a pee, isn't it? I'm going to go 3-0 Man City with Spurs, their usual, playing the high line and getting caught out. Listen, I hope you've enjoyed the programme. If you do enjoy what we are doing right across all our programmes, there's more to come. There's going to be more different programmes. There's going to be a lot of surprises for you in 2025. Don't forget also, if you get the opportunity, get onto our shop. There's some great items there, Ruffy, for Christmas presents for everybody.
Yeah, there certainly is.
I've
got my own one, I've got a red one, I've got a green one, I've got a blue one. They're great outdoor to wear.
Yeah, very absolutely. Good. For the golf?
Anything you want to wear, any sport you play.
And
horse riding.
Yep.
Horse riding,
he used to do that as well, by the way. 20, that was in the years when he distanced himself from the common man, the unbelievably luxury years. Don't forget also, we've got 20 legends, including a Ruffy t-shirt, Ali, which maybe 1 week we could maybe get you to wear a Ruffy t-shirt on the programme. Would that be possible?
Indeed.
Yes. There you are.
They'll go fast.
Oh, they'll go. Yeah, they absolutely will. Don't forget to get on the shop, but if you get a chance, hit the subscribe button on PLZ Soccer's YouTube channel. To everyone from Tam, from Ruffy and Alice and myself, Peter Martin, thank you for listening and watching.